I'm back in the kitchen with my good friend and buddy Khan today.
Hello.
I have got a really simple recipe for you.
I haven't.
Are you hungry?
I'm very hungry.
Excellent. I think this is something that you could have for lunch or for dinner.
Perfect.
And it's our favorite kind of one pot cooking.
The best, no washing up.
Minimal cleaning. And whilst these ingredients, there doesn't look to be any kind of standouts in terms of flavour, but we're gonna serve it with a really yummy homemade harissa sauce.
Oh, yum, delicious.
Yes.
Awesome, all right.
Would you mind passing me the chicken so we can get started?
Of course, here you go, my love. I'm looking around and I see you've got capsicums here.
Could I get you to dice it up, similar size to our carrot and our onion, because we sort of want this to all be, everything to be a similar size once it's cooked. It's going to collapse slightly. I'm using a pressure cooker today, so you can get electric pressure cookers. You could use it the same way to brown to begin with. Because ours is stovetop, it's just the one stovetop setting and then 2 pressure settings. So we're just sealing our chicken to begin with. So this is a Tunisian chicken tagine without the tagine.
Say that again, Tunisia?
A Tunisian chicken
I love that.
tagine. Just for fun, because we like to name our dishes fun ways for you to remember. And it is about having fun in the kitchen, I think.
I always have fun with you though, always.
Okay, so I'm gonna add some onion. So we've got sort of some typical flavor bases in here. And as I said, we're not adding a lot of spices to this to begin with, because we are actually going to serve it with our delicious homemade harissa. The recipe for that is separate and available on the website. Like all of our recipes.
Ooh, yum.
So we want to give this a little bit of heat before we put the pressure on, and then everything's going to start to sort of collapse. You can pop your capsicum in there if you like.
Oh, yes.
For me.
Perfect.
Thank you so much.
There you go.
You could serve this with a grain or a separately cooked quinoa or cauliflower rice or rice or something like that. Because we're using a pressure cooker, we're going to put the quinoa in with it, and that will cook over the time of the pressure cooker and absorb a lot of the liquid, kind of almost quadruple in size.
It's quite healthy, isn't it?
It is quite healthy.
A very clean recipe.
Absolutely.
And I can see chickpeas, which I love, so I'm just gonna steal one of them.
So if you're using not pre-cooked ones or not pre-soaked ones, please don't do that. You will break your teeth. You could use them in a recipe like this, especially if you're using a slow cooker rather than a pressure cooker. We've used just tinned or prepped ones before, so rinsed well, drained well. We're gonna put our carrot in there. So we're using carrots and sultanas, lots of fruit used in North African type curries or stews.
And this is kind of where some of the sweetness will come from.
Which will perfectly contrast against our spicy, acidic harissa. So we've got our chickpeas going in. So it's also quite protein rich because we've got the chicken, we've got the chickpeas, we've got the quinoa, we've got some nuts.
Well, I was just thinking this is a great meal prep idea, like just to pre-package it, have it in the fridge,
Absolutely.
waiting.
So we've got our quinoa. You can use whatever quinoa you like because they've all got the same nutrient quality, density, all of those sorts of things. I'm going to use some slivered almonds. Some of these are going to be cooked, and then I'm going to serve it with some crispy, crunchy ones as well. So they sort of change texture quite a bit. They sort of soften, go a little bit translucent.
Sorry,
and a snack for Khan.
I love cooking with you because I get all of these little snacks that I can just steal.
I usually have to bat my husband's hands away when he's trying to sneak my food while I'm cooking.
Food always tastes better when you're stealing it from someone else.
That's why he must do it. All right, so that's nearly all mixed through. There's a little bit of everything in contact with a little bit of everything else. So we're gonna cover that in stock. I'm using they are vegetarian stocks, but it's a chicken sort of based to go with our flavors in here.
And they're gluten-free as well, aren't they?
Gluten-free, absolutely. I'm not using a salt reduced one, so I'm not gonna add any salt. So this has got plenty of seasoning in already. And so depending on your pressure cooker, some of them have sort of a minimum or a maximum level that you need to fill liquid to. So this one, it's a little bit narrow. So the recipe says about 2 litres of stock, but I think I'm gonna get away with 1.5 litres.
Perfect.
All right, so about 1.5 litres. Everything is submerged. And because we've used some ingredients in there that are gonna soak that up, I imagine that it will sort of reduce the amount of liquid.
Quite thick?
Well, because it's a pressure cooker, we're not releasing or having any liquids evaporate, so to speak, but those ones will absorb some of it. So if we wanted it to be more gravy-like, we could actually take out some of the liquid and give it a second cooking. But for now, it's going under high pressure.
I always get so nervous doing this.
What makes you nervous?
Well, that was so easy.
All right, so we've got 2 settings. We're gonna put it on high pressure. It's on a medium to high setting just to give us a little bit more control because we should be able to walk away at this point and do our other prep.
Yep.
We're going to give it 35 to 45 minutes depending on your pressure cooker, so the one that you use at home. And as I said, if you wanted to do it in a slow cooker, you could do it for up to 8 hours on a low setting.
Yeah.
So if you're going to work in the morning, it's a great thing just to pop on and come home to that beautiful aroma.
Delicious.
So we're going to take our pressure cooker lid off very carefully.
Perfect. Oh.
Ooh. So I'm just going to serve a single portion of this, and if you wouldn't mind chiffonading those mint leaves.
Sorry, what did you call me?
And we're going to serve this with our homemade harissa sauce, which you can, as I said earlier, find on the website. Now all of our quinoa has absorbed and fully cooked through. This is quite gorgeous
so
indeed. And our almonds have sort of, now you could top this with extra crispy almonds if you wanted to, but we've got a whole heap of textures there. Now if you wanted to also thicken up this gravy, you could strain out some of the liquid. What a beautiful chiffonade.
It's not my first rodeo.
You could thicken up some of the gravy in a second cook, so you can put it into a saucepan or a fry pan. So if you wouldn't mind tumbling some of your chiffonade over my Tunisian.
Oh, that smells like heaven.
So we're going to pop some of this.
Do you know what? I'm just going to reach over here. I'm going to just...
He can never wait.
I can't. I'm sorry.
So
it smells so
impatient.
good. All right, you can keep speaking because I'll stop. I'll eat.
So as much or as little of the harissa as you like. Now remember, we made it reasonably mild. So if you wanted to, it just adds a lot of extra flavor, a little bit of acidity. And then I'm gonna also serve it with some yogurt, creamy element, a little bit of extra acidity, some relief for all of these warm kind of flavors.
It's beautiful. It's quite sweet. It's I know it's from the vegetables, but it's quite sweet.
And the sultana.
Yes. And the chicken itself is really tender. It kind of just falls
Excellent. That's
apart and
definitely a
melts in your
part
mouth.
of the joy of pressure cooking, is that wonderful texture that we get. So there is our beautiful Tunisian chicken tagine, minus the tagine today. We're making it a little bit more home friendly by using a pressure cooker, our homemade harissa sauce, and some beautiful yogurt.
I just wanted to pick this up. Look at how beautiful this has become.
And plump. Yeah, they've almost become grapes again, these little sultanas.
Yum.
One that I definitely hope you'll try at home. Just a different take on a bit of a North African kind of curry, really.
Yum, delicious.